Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeff back here with another Head to Head beer review. Tonight we've got another Belgian beer. This one is from Belgium, actually, and this is the Rodenbach. It's their normal one. They also have a Grand Cru and a vintage one, but this is just the normal one. So this style is Flanders red, brown. It's online. It says it's a Flanders red, but on the bottle it says it's a red dash brown ale. But I think this is one of the quintessential ones for the style. I've never had it before. The only Flanders ale that I've had is La Folie, but it's a pretty interesting style. And so one thing that sets this apart from other styles is that it's a 75% young ale, and then 25% ale matured for 2 years, and it's aged in oak vats. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like something like 5% alcohol, and it's at online. It has 9 IBUs, so I don't know if you guys can handle that. But it says it's good until August of this month, so figured might as well get into it. It's got a cool cap with just an R on it. All right, so I got poured here. Um, I definitely can see what the red and brown is coming from, because up here it's definitely brownish, and you can't really get much light coming through because of how hazy it is. But then towards the bottom, it's got more of a copper mahogany color. It's got some pretty fine bubbles with a good amount of carbonation, not intense, nothing like the lambic. And then about a finger and a half of a kind of tannish colored head, with some fine bubbles towards the side, and some more rocky ones towards the top. Well, it looks pretty interesting. Let's go and give it a smell. The first thing I'm getting is like an intense lactic quality, so you can tell that there's going to be some sourness in this one. There's a lot of fruitiness in this. Maybe some dark fruits, but then also some reddish fruit too. Yeah, it definitely smells similar to a lambic, but more fruity, I'd say. It definitely, I smell. It kind of smells like apple juice. That's the fruitiness that I'm getting, actually. But it smells really sweet and really interesting. So let's go and give this one a taste. Cheers. Oh. It's definitely pretty tart. It's not super intense on the tartness, but it is kind of mouth puckering, and it does dry your mouth out a little bit. Yeah, just like in the taste, you're getting kind of like an apple skin, and a little bit of dark fruits, but more of the apple. The mouthfeel is kind of a medium. It's not super light or super heavy or anything, but it definitely has a dry finish towards the end. So this is pretty interesting, and I'm going to sip on this one for a little bit longer, and then I'll come back and give you my final verdict. Alright guys, I'm back. So I've been sipping on this one for a little bit longer, and I really like it. It's a pretty good beer. It's got an interesting complexity, with the lactic qualities, the slight acidity, and the fruitiness. I think that's really interesting and enjoyable. It's a quite refreshing beer. I wish that I could get more of the malt in it. I don't know if just the other qualities are overpowering and it's kind of hidden behind there. It's got to have a good amount of malt in it for being this color. I don't think that the yeast or the wood aging would contribute too much to that. But I really like it. I'm gonna give this one a B plus. I've heard that there are better examples of the style around, and what my main question is that it says here that I guess it's been around since 1821, and it's been bought out by a Palm. I don't know. I guess they're kind of like InBev or something like that. But I wonder if this is the same as it's been since then, or if it's kind of a shell of its former self. I think that would be interesting to find out. If anyone knows, I mean, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, I like this one a lot. I'm gonna give this one a B plus. I'm gonna give this one an 89. It's quite enjoyable, and yeah, quite refreshing, and it's pretty easy to drink, especially for being tart. So comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I've got one more review that I'm gonna do tonight. It's a pretty special beer, and it's gonna kick off my spring break. First one ever. All right, cheers.